The First Citizens Poetry Grand Slam winners are here with us, and we're so excited because this was the Grand Slam of Legends. Third place, Seth Sylvester, who joins us via phone. Second place, Alexandra Stewart, no stranger to the Now Morning Show, with us in studio. And first place, Shakira Burton, also joining us via Zoom. Very excited for this morning's conversation. Congratulations to all three of you. Shakira, good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning. Good morning. Thank you very much.
Good morning. It's a pleasure to have you on the show. Seth, are you with us?
Yes, I am.
Excellent. And of course, in studio, we have Alexandra Stewart. Very excited for this conversation this morning. Seth, I know that right now you are traversing the capital city. So let's start off with you. How does it feel to be here with us this morning? Well, virtually, of course. Seth? Okay,
yes, I am fine. It's a pleasure to be here back again. It's been a while since I've had an interview for the slam itself. But yes, speaking on the slam stage is a pleasure always. It's the biggest change spoken in Trinidad and Tobago. And yeah, it's a pleasure to keep performing and keep delivering.
Oh, excellent. Wait, did you expect to come in the top three, Seth? Was this something that you set your sights on from the beginning?
Yes, it was. I had about 3 ideas, believe it or not, and I felt that all 3 were ideas that would please on a slam stage, but I felt that this one would have the greater impact, and so I shifted my focus on this one within the last 2 weeks before slam, and kept plugging out and working on it. So it was something that I knew would have a great impact.
Wonderful. Well, Seth, thank you so much for joining us. Hopefully we can have you in studio to have a conversation, but all the best as you traverse to your final destination.
Thank you very much.
Of course, Seth is the third place winner in the First Citizens National Poetry Slam. He's downtown Port of Spain, and you know how that can be. But in studio with us is second place, and no stranger to the Now Morning Show, Alexandra Stewart. Good morning, Alexandra.
Good morning, Natasha.
How are you?
I'm doing great. I'm glad to be here, of course.
And we're so happy to have you here as well because, I mean, again, you've been in the winner row 7 times. You're sitting down with us now. Tell us a little bit about what sent you into that zone to come second place.
Well, my goal finals night is always to deliver the piece that I've written to the best of my ability. I mean, the amount of practice I subject my family to, they come through slam season knowing the poem by heart as well. So my hope and my aim is always that those 4 minutes on stage are as exuberant, as lively, as intense as my practice sessions are. And whatever the results are, tend to be like the cherry on top afterwards.
Now, well, of course, we see the cherry on top. We're so happy to have you here. Now, the theme for your piece this year was humankind being kind to itself and the environment. How challenging was it to bring that to life for you?
Well, I wanted to create a poem that would obliterate the differences that really, I mean, destroy the peace across the world in a very intense and serious way. And I wanted to come at it from a perspective that I hadn't heard before, which is why the perspective of my poem is that of an alien, basically saying that we don't want to come to Earth because you all have a lot of accepting to do with each other before you're ready to even engage with a different life form. And so it's really interesting looking at the differences that separate us so seriously across the world and putting that through poetry from the perspective of an alien. I wanted the poem to feel like what they describe the overview effect, the sense that astronauts get looking at Earth and realizing that our differences don't matter, our borders don't matter, our skin doesn't matter. I wanted to put that feeling into a poem.
Oh, you definitely did, and we're going to get back to that perspective, the overview effect. But let's go across to Shakira, who joins us this morning via Zoom. Shakira, congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Tell me, how does it feel to be here with us now, first place, First Citizens National Poetry Slam?
It feels amazing to be here with you all this morning, and I give honor and glory to God for the journey that He has blessed me with in order to be here.
Understood. Now, as we speak about amazing, if I'm not mistaken, you had quite an amazing jacket for your final performance. You want to give us a little bit of the story behind that?
So my piece was actually centered around corruption, white collar crime and so forth. And I had a bit of a tug as to what I wanted my appearance on stage to be like. Initially, I was going to go with money dress and entire money suits. And I was like, wow, how am I going to do that? So my brother and my family actually had the idea of, why you don't do a suits? Because, when you're talking about the 1% and people that I empower, they are suited to the best of, their best attire. So that's how I actually combined the idea of the money suits. And when I did get to the title of the piece, I realized that I wanted the title The Voice of 99%. And I said, you know what? I'm actually going to print the title to the back of the jacket. And that's how that idea came about. It was really my family that created that whole effect.
Excellent. Well, teamwork makes the dream work, and there's no better support than family. Shakira, when you were preparing this piece and when you were going on stage, did you have any sort of maybe nerves or doubts in your performance and the composition itself?
All the nerves and doubts in the world. But it was really because of the support of my family that I went through with the voice of 99%. As an artist, we never want to be too political. We never want to come across as though you're always bashing or you always have something negative to say. But I realized that I was just the messenger and the vessel through which this message needed to pass through. And once I got that clear understanding, I realized that it wasn't about me as the artist, but that the message that I had to deliver was bigger than me.
Definitely was a lot bigger than many. Let's come back to you, Alexandra. Speaking about a big message, I mean, you're basically putting the world on show. But I just want to touch on what Shakira and I would have spoken on, which is nerves. Is that something that you still battle with?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think people think after years of performance that nerves go away. They do not. They are your everlasting companion, backstage, on stage, best friend. I will say though, and this was a conversation I was having with some poets semi-finals night, because we've had so many new voices in Islam this year. And I was basically saying that at the end of the day, nerves, performance anxiety is just excitement with a bad reputation. And when you think about it like that, it's so much easier. When you feel your stomach twisting, you know it's not that you are terrified to do a horrible job, it's that you're excited to do a great job.
Yeah, interesting. That's a good perspective. Many of us can take that and use that in the future. Where do you get your ideas from? What process do you have to go through to get to this space? I mean, the concept that you had for this is something phenomenal. It is outside of the box. So what's the process like?
I mean, this year, choosing the idea is often harder than thinking of the idea. I'm always looking at ways to turn the important things to us into poetry, because it's just the way that I process the world. But this year, there were two poems troubling me. One was on the theme of the village, the sense of community that feels so lost, that feels so inaccessible sometimes. And the other was humankind, which is the piece I ended up doing. And when I tell you I gathered my family to do a whole council, performed both the poems for them, had them vote, look at pros and cons, which one do you think needs this space, needs this time on Slam to really have as much impact as possible?
Oh. The jury definitely won on that one. Shakira, what is in the future for you when it comes to poetry? What can we look forward to?
For me, when I think about my future, I think about youth advocacy, speaking more about more young people, about the opportunities that they have available to them. And more so using my poetry as a voice to speak to young people, to empower young people, and to let the 99% know that they have a voice, and that anything we put our mind to as young people, it is indeed possible for us. And for me, that has become my journey. I told my mom, I don't know when I was given this battle, and said, here, you are the voice for the young people. I don't know when I was given it, but I realized that it's in my hand, and I am taking full responsibility for that.
It's wonderful to see you taking full responsibility, and of course to see that you are coming out and making sure that the voice is heard. Alexandra, in fact, there's a picture on screen there of all three of you, three wonderful reigning champions. Alexandra, we see also that your costume was quite inspired as well. So great job to you. What's next for you, Alexandra?
I just want to give a small point on the costume.
Go ahead. Ready?
Because 2 nights before Slam, the night before Slam and the day before, my mom and I sewed that together in our living room.
Good job.
And that is the first thing I've ever sewed in my life. So who told us to start with spandex and latex for our first project? Nobody. But it was a lot of fun, and I'm so glad to hear you say that it's inspired, because it took work. As far as what I'm looking to do, really that goal of teaching, of sharing the joy of spoken word poetry with as many people as possible, as particularly the youth as well. I think having young people realize that they have so much that they want to say and teaching them ways that they could express that has always been extremely important for me. So I'm looking forward to furthering that as the year progresses.
And we're looking forward to seeing you doing that as well. Shakira, before we close our conversation, do you have any words for those who are your age and younger looking on right now?
I think my words would be work on you for you so that you could do better. You know, the saying goes that when we know better, we do better. And it's about educating oneself and giving ourselves all the exposure in the world that we could take. Go out, explore, try different things, explore different places. And the more you educate yourself, the more you set yourself up for a better opportunity. They say that nothing happens by chance or luck, but it is indeed by preparation.
Excellent. And Alexandra, any words for those who are interested in pursuing poetry but don't know where to start?
Take the leap. There is no good place to start. There's no perfect platform. Take the leap. Just dive in. Start writing. Start sharing. We have some open mics. We have platforms. We have the First Citizens National Poetry Slam. I say write because you have something to say, and your perspective is unique because it involves you, because there's no one else like you on this planet.
Beautiful. Well, Alexandra, thank you so much and congratulations.
Thank you.
And Shakira, thank you so much and congratulations as well. Looking forward to seeing both of you back on the stage again soon.
Thank you so much.
It's been our pleasure. First Citizens National Poetry Slam. You don't want to miss it. If you did miss it, you can check them out on social media to see some of the iconic performances. And stay tuned because we have a performance coming up that you do not want to miss.
There is no life to honor. Without love, no reason.